everyone, Dr. Fred McAlpin from Premier Orthopedic Associates. As a working parent of 3 student athletes, I know how challenging it can be to make every game in person for so many reasons these days. I wish that I had more of those special moments on video to share with our loved ones, near and far, for years to come. Our team here at Premier Orthopedics is proud to partner with our friends at BFA Sports to support South Jersey schools and their families to provide all of you with virtual front row seats to cherish these special memories for years to come. Now, for 24 years and counting, we are grateful to be the premier choice of orthopedic pain management care for so many families. From discovery and assessing an injury to the recovery through physical therapy, we are here to serve you. Although we hope we don't see you soon, we're here for you when you need us. Well, it's almost game time. As parents, we have helped our kids by shooting hundreds of basketballs and throwing just as many baseballs to bring them to their current great skill level. And we aren't as young as we used to be. Don't worry, we can help you too. Hey, enjoy the game.
Hello and welcome here to the campus of Cherokee High School for today's BFA rivalry game of the week. And it's between the visiting Tribe of Lenape and the Cherokee Chiefs. It also kicks off the Thank You Classic, paying honor to those first responders, teachers, and all that have given so much to get us through this crazy pandemic. The beautiful part is we are already a month through the baseball season as we get ready to kick off and celebrate the Thank You Classic. BFA Sports, Doug Stasic, and you are looking here at the Cherokee Chiefs as they get ready to host Lenape in this Olympic American matchup, and by all means, it could result in an automatic punch ticket into the Diamond Classic. Currently, Eastern sitting atop of the standings, but oh, what could change with just a win, and not to mention, you got 2 top teams here as Lenape comes into this contest 7-2, 2-1 in Olympic American. And for Cherokee, they are 9-2 with a 3-2 record inside the division. And let's take a look at the Lenape starting lineup brought to you by Premier Orthopedics and GameChanger. Leading off, it'll be Zach Barbish, who's the catcher. Batting second, the shortstop, is Landon Friedman. Batting third, the center fielder, Max D'Alessandro. Cleanup hitter is the left fielder, Grant Hunter. Danny Sassman is the DH, and he's batting fifth. The second baseman batting sixth is Andrew Shank. The first baseman batting seventh is Quinn Accione. Batting eighth is the third baseman, Xavier Aguilar, while the right fielder is Dylan Shank. Your Lenape Tribe, led by Coach Mike Wazienko. So Coach Waz getting the party started against the rivalry, led by the Cherokee Chiefs coach Mark Patronini. And there is Lenape getting ready to get fired up and looking over at the Cherokee Chiefs lineup. They break the huddle, and they are ready to take the field, and a great matchup we're going to have. So let's take a quick look at the Cherokee starting lineup. It's going to be Evan Brown leading things off, the Navy commit. Jason Sculio bats second. He's behind the dish. Batting third is the shortstop, Don Patrizzi, the Lehigh commit. The designated hitter, Jeremy Cheeseman, headed to FDU. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, Brandon Petrick. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Brandon Prince. Batting seventh is the first baseman, Leo Bluestein. Batting in the eighth spot, it'll be Dimitri Lauderis. He's over at the hot corner. And batting ninth is the left fielder, Dylan Cruz. And a great pitching matchup we have underway as on the hill for the Chiefs of Cherokee. It'll be the southpaw, Shane Sachs. Shane Sachs, also a Fairleigh Dickinson commute in his own right. He'll be opposed in the other dugout on the hill. It'll be Richmond commit Chase Topolsky. So looking forward to seeing some very good pitching on both sides. And for the hitters, this one is going to be an uphill climb for sure. here on BFA Sports. Want to thank our premier sponsors, Close Point USA, Chris Brown and the team with 3 locations to serve you in Marlton, Washington Township, and Somerville. You got a big real estate transaction? Tell your realtor you want to close with the best. Chris Brown and team, closepointusa.com. GameChanger. If you haven't downloaded the GameChanger app, be sure to do so at gc.com. We're streaming today's contest on the Cherokee Chiefs GameChanger app. Dr. Dwyer and his team from Premier Orthopedic Group with 8 locations to serve you throughout South Jersey. POASNJ.com. And, of course, all of the BFA Sports gear is hauled and delivered by RK Auto Group, rkautogroup.com, North Delsey Drive at Vineland, Chevrolet, Subaru, and Kia. We are ready to go, and leading things off, it'll be the catcher, Zach Barbish. First pitch from Sachs in for the swinging strike. There is the catcher behind the dish. Finds himself now down 0-1, but it's now 1-1. And swinging upstairs and a miss. So Sachs doing a nice job already trying to miss the contact. And there's a ground ball that's hit right up the middle. And that is going to be an infield base hit. Well, that ball had eyes. Was able to get up the middle. And there is a look at Barbish as he's over now with Bluestein at first. And a courtesy already for the catcher. And that is number 14, Miller. Called strike. Landon Freeman is the starting shortstop. He's batting second. And that is a 1-strike deficit right now to Shane Sachs. As he squares and goes down, trying to get him over at first. That's not going to happen. As Sachs goes back to work, that there is a called strike. Now 1-2. Sachs continuing to deal. And there is a ball. Saying that that one was down, now 2-2. And they're calling time is a little bit of a chess match. Friedman now steps out. And that's a foul tip, but can't make the squeeze. Friedman will fight for another pitch. And the wind continues to howl. Now a full count to the shortstop, Landon Friedman. Good look as Sachs gets a chance to try to keep the runner at bay. And that is ball 4. So 2 batters and 2 runners aboard to start this one off. Runners at first and second. It's going to be Miller. up at second base. And that'll bring to bat the center fielder, Max D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro, a Fairleigh Dickinson commit. And there's a called strike. One strike is the count to the center fielder. That ball peppered up and foul. So that'll go straight back out of play. And now 1-2. And there's a breaking pitch, but it's not going to be called. That's a strike. Now evens the count. That ball is fouled back into the screen. So keeping things alive here. Still an even count at 2-2. We got runners at first and second. And there's a called strike 3 as Sachs gets him looking. Backwards K in the book. It's the first out of inning number 1. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Grant Hunter. So Hunter with the opportunity now. 1 out, 2 runners on. Swings through it, and Sachs working ahead in the count with 1 strike. There you can see runners at first and second. That's Miller over at second. And back to work with a 1 strike on the count is Sachs. He fires again. Breaking pitch misses outside. Schooley thought about jumping up and snapping it back down to second base. And that ball is fouled back out of play. Miller will retreat back to the bag. Now quickly 1-2. And Sachs, ball down in the dirt, but a good block by Schooley. Runners at first and second. It's Friedman over there at first. Shane Sachs ready to go back to work yet again. And that ball lifted out towards center field is going to drop in for a base hit. And there is going to score the first run of the game. An RBI single for Grant Hunter. Brings home Barbish. And again, see the nice base hit. Nothing that you can do but get it in. So Prince throw's not going to be there in time. And the Tribe ahead 1-0 here in this one. Top of the first in Marlton. And Sachs fires again. That one fouled straight back into the screen. Friedman now moves all the way over to third. We got runners at the corners, and that brings up the designated hitter, Danny Sassaman. Ball's in the dirt. Thinks about going down to second base, but thought better of it. Grant Hunter now up to second base, means the Tribe has 2 in scoring position, runners at second and third. But Sachs with an even 1-on-1 count now to Sassaman, make that 1-2. So nice job and good composure here by Sachs, trying to respond to the Tribe striking early in this one. Time is called. As the wind continues to howl here at Marlton. Unbelievable day here. Foul tip squeeze. Schooley's got it. And that will be strikeout number 2 in the frame for Shane Sachs. Second baseman with 2 outs. It's going to be Andrew Shank. First pitch in for a called strike, now 0-1. Shane Sachs sitting at 86 miles an hour on the gun. Oh, and that's a nice breaking pitch. Make that 0-2 quickly as Sachs starting to settle in. And a quick conversation. They're going to see Schooley and Sachs making sure they're on the same page, 0-2. While Coach Waz being sure that Shank understands he's got 2 runners here in scoring position, and he's going to be in a spot that he's going to have to fight through this. Oh, and 2, Sachs, he delivers. That ball's fouled straight back. Good battle here between Shank and Sachs. You see that one back in the confines of Cherokee's campus here. Back to work. And that ball misses upstairs, 1-2. As Andrew Shank trying to put a dent on the proverbial scoreboard and helping the Tribe put up a crooked number. He fouls that one off right field side. And the concession stand is open. I'm wondering if there's any hot chocolate today because it feels like a blustery spring day. That ball misses upstairs. So Shank, the youngster, he's a sophomore, trying to battle in a big way. Put some runs up on the board for Lenape. That ball misses upstairs. 3-2 now at full count. After being down 0-2, Andrew Shank now put himself in a position. There's a base open. Runners over there at second and third. As he peppers that one right back, it's going to be a weak dribbler and hard to handle. That will score another run for the Tribe, and quickly they are up 2-0 on the swinging seeing eye single from Andrew Shank. Grant Hunter will move into third base, and Shank now at first leaves runner at the corners as Quentin Accione steps to the plate. He is the 7th batter for Lenape to come to bat here in the top of the first. And quickly we're going to have a timeout. Coach Mark Pag. Well, it's Mark P. Coach P. I always get the mouthful. So Coach P heads to the mound as we get the visit. He's going to try to straighten things out. And Lenape already giving the Tribe a big advantage in this rivalry game. Already up 2-0. 2 outs here in the top of the first. And you talk about talent on both sides of this roster. Cherokee has commits from Navy, Lehigh, Fairleigh Dickinson, Moravian, just to name a few. And for Lenape, FDU, King's College, TCNJ. And back to battle we go. Here with 2 outs and a 1-0 count. Make that a hard foul ball down the third base side. Now 1-1 count to Quinn Accione. Accione is headed to King's College as he plays first base today. Sachs gets him upstairs. Think about the snap throw, but Schooley, they got him trapped between first and third. They're going to continue to play the game that you would play in the schoolyard. And fires it away, but able to make the stop and keep the runner contained over at third is Lau Terrace. So good job by the Chiefs not to get baited into giving up the run coming home as they try to get a runner at second. So both runners still put at first and third. And now timeout called. And umpire moving coach back out of the coach's box over there at third base. So Coach Waz will give some breathing room to the third baseman. And there's a swing and a miss. And that is an 85-mile-an-hour fastball for strikeout number 3 for Shane Sachs. They're going to leave 2 runners on after 3 hits. It is 2-0 Lenape as we head to the bottom of the first here on BFA.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown, CEO of Close Point USA. Today, we're in our Marlton office meeting our staff and our team that services our clients and our referral partners throughout the state of New Jersey. Here at Close Point USA, we are the premier real estate settlement company. We service our clients throughout the state of New Jersey and the state of Pennsylvania. Close Point USA has 3 primary offices, one in Somerville, New Jersey, Marlton, New Jersey, and Washington Township. We've been in business for 23 years and have closed over 44,000 real estate transactions. We're very proud of the work that we provide, and we are extremely excited to service you and your clients' needs. Thank you.
Bottom of the first here in Marlton for BFA Sports. Doug Stasic sitting behind home plate, where the Tribe, in case you just joined us, they have strike first, and they have 2 runs on the board as the University of Richmond commit Chase Topolsky. He's going to take the ball and the hill for the Tribe, and he's going to do so holding on to that 2-run lead. Perfect time to tell you about our friends at Perfect Turf Landscaping. They're offering everybody in South Jersey a spring mulch special. Josh Walters and his team. Give them a shout. Looking forward to servicing you. So they're in Gloucester, Cumberland, Atlantic, Cape May, and even Camden County. So call Josh Walters and the team and talk about a great baseball guy. He is also an assistant coach with the Egg Harbor Township Eagles. So consider Perfect Turf for that perfect-looking yard this spring. Ready to go as Cherokee comes to bat, and they will lead off with the second baseman, and that is the Naval Academy commit, Evan Brown. Evan Brown takes the first pitch for a called strike. And Chase Topolsky's first pitch in at 88 miles an hour. Second pitch called for a ball. Kind of deked us. I believe it's 1-1. Chases it upstairs, and that is actually strike 3. So 3 pitches and the 89-mile-an-hour heater in the top part of the zone for Topolsky will put Brown in the books. Yeah, so again, I had the count at 1 Yeah, so a little bit of confusion here, but I did believe that the count was 1 ball and 1 strike, and indeed it was. So it's now 1-2. It's still Brown. So the bat make that now 2-2 with a wicked slider at 72 miles an hour. So now evens the count at 2-2. And that one misses. So Evan Brown battles back and lays off the 89-mile-an-hour fastball just off the outside corner from Chase Topolsky. Wides and fires yet again. And that ball is grounded. It's going to go over to third base. Aguiar has a tough time handling that one, and Brown will reach on the error. So Brown answers the question of what can he do for you by getting over to first base, and he'll give way as the catcher, Jason Schooley, now steps into the box. And with nobody out, they've got the leadoff runner aboard. And here comes first pitch from Topolsky. 87-mile-an-hour ball. Left for another day. And that's another called strike as he evens the count at 1-1. Topolsky continuing to sit at that 87 to 89 mile an hour mark with his fastball. And there's the ball. And he's going to ask for time, steps out of the box, and you can see Brown over at first base. And another pitch misses low, but Topolsky is bringing the heat. That one clocked at 89 miles an hour on the Stalker radar gun. As that ball is fouled back, and it's now a full count, 3-2 to Jason Schooley. Fires again, and that ball misses. 2 runners up and 2 runners aboard. Schooley drawing the walk.
Number 1, shortstop Dom Patrizzi.
The courtesy runner for the catcher is Christian Park. And it looks like the Lehigh commit, Dom Patrizzi, now going to get an opportunity with a runner in scoring position to dig in to this deficit here in the bottom of the first. Oh. So Patrizzi squares up, and he's going to wear that one. And that one couldn't have felt good as Topolsky continues to fire the ball in the high 80s.
Number 4, designated hitter, Jeremy Cheeseman.
So an interesting turn of events, as there was a little bit of debate early on about the count on Evan Brown. He went from striking out to getting on an error. A schooly walk, and now Patrizzi being hit by a pitch has loaded the bases without Cherokee getting a hit as of yet. And now it ain't easy being Jeremy Cheeseman as the designated hitter. And Cheeseman skies one out to right field, and an unbelievable opportunity as not just one, but now a long one run is going to score here in the bottom of the first. So the RBI in the books for Jeremy Cheeseman, and Cherokee is back in business. And Topolsky going to check the runner back over at first base as Brandon Petrick comes to bat. And that ball is fouled straight back. So Evan Brown scores. And he caught the ball in the field, so that's going in the books as a sacrifice fly. So from my vantage point, that was something that I needed to be corrected on. But a good heads-up play nonetheless, as they're going to matriculate the runners on the bases. So a little bit of a tough view here for me where I'm sitting, so my apologies on that. But nonetheless, that sac fly scores Evan Brown, closes the lead now 2-1 with runners on the corners as one runner goes. And making his way into second base is Don Patrizzi. And that ball is hacked foul, first base side, nobody there. Evens the count now at 2-2 to the right fielder, Brandon Petrick. And that ball is hit right back at Topolsky. They're going to come home with it. And now it's got the runner in a rundown. Good heads up. And they are going to tag out what could have been the tying run. So a good heads up play by the Lenape infielder as Chase Topolsky does the old PFP, fielding his position. And now a conversation and dialogue as Coach P is going to have a conversation with the umpire. He may have felt that it could have been a bit of interference. First pitch in for a called strike. That ball's fouled straight out of play. And now things settle down. So quickly 0-2 to Brandon Prince. That ball is hit right side. It's going to get through for a base hit. wheeling around and going to score is Dom Patrizzi. We have ourselves a tie game here in the bottom of the first. And that was an 89-mile-an-hour pitch as we have a meeting of the minds on the hill. Coach Waz going to come out, talk it over with his pitcher and infield. As hard to believe, this one is already tied up off the RBI single from Prince.
Now number 31, first baseman Leo Bluestein.
So Leo Bluestein with 2 outs. He'll come to bat. Runners at first and second. Petrick will take a look at the batter as he's at second base, while Brandon Prince over at first. And Bluestein now trying to take the lead. He hacks at a high fastball, 88 miles an hour up and out of the zone. There's a big swing. Quickly now 0-2. That ball just misses on the outside corner, now 1-2. Oh, that ball fouled towards the Cherokee dugout. That had some mustard on the swing, coming off that all speed at 79 miles an hour. That ball now misses down in the zone. With runners at first and second. Topolsky fires again. That one just misses. Topolsky started headed for the dugout, but the umpire says not so fast. And now 3-2. And there's a called strike 3. 90 miles an hour on the frozen strike, but not before Cherokee able to tie things up here in the bottom of the first. So 1 run, make that 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on. It's a tie ball game. We head to the top of the second here at Cherokee.
It's a perfect day for baseball and the perfect time to call our friends at Perfect Turf to get your yard in championship season form. That's right, Josh Walters and his team, the official landscapers of BFA Sports, are waiting for your call to tell you all about their spring mulch specials. So don't run out, grab those bags, grab the phone, call Josh and his team. They'll swing for the fences and make your yard look like the MVP.
Shane Sachs back on the hill, 2-2, top of the second here on BFA. A stellar inning for both teams, showing resiliency, and both pitchers able to answer back and close the door. So although Lenape got 2 runs in the top half of the first. Shane Sachs was able to deliver 3 strikeouts. And this inning, it's going to be Aguilar, Shank, and Barbish to get things going for the Tribe here on BFA. And there is Xavier Aguilar, who is headed to the College of New Jersey. He fouls off the first pitch offering from Shane Sachs. 82 miles an hour on that slider. And that ball is down in the zone, and a swing and a miss. Sachs fires again. And another foul tip off the bat of Xavier Aguilar. As he winds and fires yet again. Foul tip squeeze and a strikeout in the books for Shane Sachs. The right fielder, Dylan Shank. He's going to try to get back to the top of the lineup and flip it over here for Lenape. And that ball is fouled out of play, right side. And go back to Shane Sachs. And there's a called strike. Quickly now 0-2 to Shank. That ball grounded up the middle and past Evan Brown in to center field for a base knock. Dylan Shank is aboard with 1 out and back to the top of the lineup. And it's Zach Barbish. First pitch in for a called strike. Quickly now 1 strike on the board to Barbish. Barbish now singled in his first at bat. Takes ball 1, now 1-1. And he scored the first run of this contest. Sachs winds and fires again, and that ball is fouled straight back. Now 1-2. There is Dylan Shank over at first. Sachs going to go back to the plate, and he's going to go back into the scorebook with another strikeout. So 83 miles an hour as he gets the leadoff hitter, and it's his 2nd strikeout of the inning and his 5th strikeout in 2 1/3 work, or I should say 1 2/3 work. And that ball is hit out to center field. Coming in and making the squeeze is Prince. So a nice inning by Sachs as he strikes out 2 batters. So with no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on, 2-2 as the Tribe comes to bat here on BFA.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
back for the second here on the campus of the Cherokee Chiefs. And if you happen to be in the market for a new home, who better to call than Connection Realtors, brokered by EXP. So Deanna Brown and her team, they are here to serve you with multiple locations throughout the New Jersey market, one right here in Marlton. The numbers, the service, and the reviews all speak for themselves. If you're looking for that marquee experience, whether or not you're looking to sell or buy a new home, be sure to check out Deanna Brown and the team at Connection Realtors, brokered by EXP. Chase Topolsky back on the hill. The University of Richmond commit ended the last frame with a strikeout. He's going to face
Now batting number 11, third baseman Dimitri Loteris.
Dimitri Loteris, Dylan Cruz, and Evan Brown here in the second. So Topolsky wasn't exactly excited about some of the calls behind the dish in frame number 1. He's going to go back to work here in frame number 2. That ball is left up and out of the zone. As that ball misses, now 2-0. There's a called strike, 89 miles an hour. And a called pitch on the corner. Topolsky working at a pretty quick tempo as that ball is peppered towards the first base side. It's going to stay fair. That ball snuck its way right up the line. As you see here on the Game Changer instant replay, and it just gets through the wicket of the first baseman over there in Ackerman. Officially, it'll go in the book as an E3. It'll bring the left fielder, Dylan Cruz. As he swings and misses at pitch number 1. So now in back-to-back innings, Cherokee has gotten the runner on, the leadoff runner that is, in the inning by error. And that ball is bunted. So a good sacrifice and a 1-3 in the book, but it'll move.
Now by number 2, second baseman Evan Brown.
It'll move Loteris up into scoring position and get us to the leadoff hitter, second baseman Evan Brown. Evan Brown reached on an error to third in his first at bat and later scored, and that was just back in the last inning. Breaking pitch out of the zone. He's got Loteris in scoring position and going to look to cash in. Now 1-0 the count to Brown. And that ball's up and out of the zone. Brown will be joining another South Jersey native at the Naval Academy. 2020 grad Brian Fury on the roster for the midshipmen. St. Augustine grad. And that ball is a called strike. Topolsky back to work against Brown. That ball misses just outside the zone. Now 3-1, favorable hitters count for Evan Brown. And ball 4.
Now batting number 24, catcher Jason Schooley.
Brown showing some patience, and Jason Schooley, the catcher, walked in his first at bat. And Park, who had run for him, was later got stuck between home and third, making the second out of the inning. But over to Schooley, the left-handed swinger. As he fouls one third base side, way out of play. And that's an 88 miles an hour fastball. So Topolsky continuing to deal. Breaking pitch. Oh, what a nice catch by the first baseman. And they are going to call the double play. So Ackerman with the web gem here on the Game Changer replay. We'll try to slow it down, but that was a rocket. And you see him hit the dirt, gets the ball in his glove, and it's the dash back to the bag to end the frame on the unassisted double play powered by Game Changer. 2-2 after 2. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown, CEO of Close Point USA. Today, we're in our Marlton office meeting our staff and our team that services our clients and our referral partners throughout the state of New Jersey. Here at Close Point USA, we are the premier real estate settlement company. We service our clients throughout the state of New Jersey and the state of Pennsylvania. Close Point USA has 3 primary offices, one in Somerville, New Jersey, Marlton, New Jersey, and Washington Township. We've been in business for 23 years and have closed over 44,000 real estate transactions. We're very proud of the work that we provide, and we are extremely excited to service you and your clients' needs. Thank you.
Shane Sachs back on the hill. He has done a great job through 2. He's got 5 strikeouts through 2 innings of work. And this inning he's going to face D'Alessandro, Hunter, and Sassaman due up for Lenape here in this 2-2 contest. Seeing some heavy hitting for sure. And want to give a shout out to our buddy Harry Rodriguez and his squad at Heavy Hitters out in Pitts Grove. If you happen to have an athlete who is training at all ages, looking for a travel team, and you're down in the Cumberland and Salem area, nobody better to call than Harry Rodriguez and the Heavy Hitters crew, helping you from training to learn the fundamentals to the college recruiting process. You can hit them up at heavyhitters4.com. So Max D'Alessandro, the center fielder, and Fairleigh Dickinson commit. He'll swing at a first pitch, and that one's fouled out of play. Umpire is saying he is out of baseball, so Shane Sachs right now has the last one available, as many have been fouled off, and that one is sky high into a windy, blustery infield, but Patrizzi able to make the grab. That wind is rough. It looks like a dust storm out here. The BFA live stream tent is a rocking. Got it sandbagged down and bungeed down. So that was not an easy play for Patrizzi. One up, one down, and the left fielder, Grant Hunter, takes the first pitch. For a ball in the dirt. Hunter had singled with the RBI in his first at-bat. That ball called strike out of the hands of Shane Sachs, 83 miles an hour. That ball misses down. Good work now, 2-1. Make that ball 3. So Grant Hunter now in the advantageous hitters count. Sachs fires. That one is hit to the third base side. He's going to get underneath the glove of the third baseman, Lauteris. Should go in the books as another base hit for Hunter. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Danny Sassaman, who was a sack strikeout victim back in the first. That ball is fouled straight back out of play. One strike on the batter. That ball, the obligatory throw back to first. Sachs just trying to keep him honest. Sachs fires again. Another ball fouled straight back, and on the move that time was Hunter. Be interesting to see if Shane Sachs changes up the tempo a little bit here to catch him jumping. And time is called. Sassaman playing a little bit of the cat and mouse game along with his teammate Hunter. And Sachs goes upstairs. Schooley thinks about firing at first, but he holds off. Now 0-2. And that ball hit over to the shortstop, Patrizzi. He's going to reach, he's going to fire, and he's going to get the out. So the 6-3 putout will go in the books off the bat of Danny Sassaman. Hunter will move up to second. And now 2 outs for Andrew Shank. The second baseman, the RBI single back in the first. Shank now going to try to take the lead with another base knock. First pitch misses down in the zone. There is a look at Hunter over at second. As the wind continues to howl. Talking to Coach Petronani before the game, and he was saying that Wednesday out here at Cherokee was probably the coldest practice they've had all season. Hard to believe in the last week of April. Swing, and he misses. Sachs and Shank continuing the battle as he steps off, trying to manage the lead of Grant Hunter. Fires again. That one misses. Now 3-1. Cherokee in the home white, while Lenape wearing the red. That's a called strike. Again, never popular with the umpire when you take the first couple steps over towards first base on a 50-50 pitch. But it's now full count. Runner goes, and that one's fouled off. So hit and run was on the table. Shank able to foul things off, at a minimum, protect the runner, give himself another pitch to face. 3-2. Sachs fires again, and that ball goes to the right field side. Shallow. Is it going to be fair? Is it going to be foul? And out of play. So, souvenir for the fan, not quite. Shank will make his way back to the batter's box for another pitch. He's making it tough on Sachs as they continue to duel. Here in the third, 2 outs and a runner on. Fires again. Fouls it off again. Keeping both teams' benches busy as they're constantly going to fetch foul balls. That ball hit hard out towards left field, coming around and possibly scoring a run is crossing the plate Hunter. So an RBI single for Shank, his second of the game. The Tribe retake the lead 3-2 here in the top of the third. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Quinn Accione. That ball fouled off. Two outs, runner at first. That's Andrew Shank, who was just given Lenape the lead in this ball game, and that is a nasty breaking pitch in for a called strike. 69-mile-an-hour curveball, matter of fact, for Shane Sachs. Another breaking pitch in the dirt. Schooley snap throw to first. Not in time. Shank going to make his way back to the bag, and not a good look as he got a mouthful of dirt. Pretty sure it's the crunchy variety. I can't really see that one being anything different than that. The old Peyton Manning, usually you say rub some dirt in it, but I think he'd give anything for a water or a Gatorade right about now. All right, now 1-2. Accione, 2 outs, snap throw to first. Back in is Shank. Sachs now winds and fires again. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. Gets away from Schooley. And it was foul. As Shank will walk it back to first. And the umpire asking Lenape to keep things, I think his words were positive only, but I kind of thought it was all in good spirits with what we got going on right now. But nonetheless, back to work goes Sachs, 1-2. That ball just misses upstairs. So that 50-50 pitch favoring the hitter in Accione. Now 2-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out to end the frame. It's the 6th strikeout for Shane Sachs through 3 innings of work, but not before the Tribe able to retake the lead. So 1 run, 2 hits, 1 runner left on. We are through 2.5 in Marlton.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats. everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Chase Topolsky back on the hill for Lenape in what has been a playground special. A seesaw battle, back and forth they go. The Tribe had taken an early lead in the top half of the first. Cherokee answers back and ties it in the bottom of the first. Nothing happened in the second from a run standpoint, and now Lenape grabs one off the bat of an Andrew Shank RBI single to score Grant Hunter. And that puts us where we're at, 3-2 as we start the bottom of the third. It's going to be Patrizzi, Cheeseman, and Petrick due up for Cherokee. First pitch, breaking ball, drops in for a called strike to Dom Patrizzi. That ball's picked nicely by the catcher, Barbash. And that ball misses down. I think he said 2-1. Make that 2-2. Not in agreement with the umpire's call, 3-1. That ball hit up the middle and past the outstretched diving hand of Friedman. And it'll be a base hit for Don Patrizzi. The designated hitter, Jeremy Cheeseman. Cheeseman, the sacrifice fly in his first at bat. He squares the bunt. That's going to drop in front of Topolsky. He's going to go to first, and he will get the out on the sacrifice bunt for Cheeseman. So Patrizzi now in the scoring position, and a nice job by the big man. Cheeseman can change a game with a swing of a bat. And this time, he's asked to do his duty and does it well, bunting Patrizzi up to second base. Brandon Petrick. Takes the first pitch for a ball. And Topolsky thinks about Patrizzi, who's known to have some wheels. He was the run that tied this game back in the first when it was 2-2. Asked for time, and now that is waved off. And now there's a dialogue happening because Topolsky thought the time might have been offered, or given, I should say, and he stopped in midstream of his windup, and the umpires make the decision to keep Patrizzi at first because Topolsky gave the batter time in his own right. Of course, Coach Coach wasn't really in agreement with that, but nonetheless, that is the call. Zips that one in for a ball high and out of the zone. Topolsky's still sitting at 89 miles an hour with the heat. 2-0 is the count to Petrick. Fires inside corner. Gets the called strike. 2-1. As Patrizzi would love nothing more than across the plate again and tie this ball game. That ball foul. First base side. Unique confines here at Cherokee. Dugouts are pretty close to home plate, and then you have those towering 12-foot fences that only go just about past the bags on the corners. Makes it for a fun ride trying to do a production here. Swing and a miss, and Topolsky gets him swinging. 2 outs as a runner is in scoring position, and Brandon Prince had the RBI single back in the first. As we continue to get screened by the coaching staffs. Grandma's never happy when the coaches stand in the way of the camera. Just saying. Called first strike into Prince. Wicked 12-6 breaking pitch there. Had late life on it from Topolsky. Time is called. A little bit of cat and mouse. Waited a little long to ask for time, but this time it is granted. That ball is hit towards second base, scooping it up, making the play. And that's going to end the frame as that one was shanked to Ackerman for the 4-3 putout. We're going to head to the top of the fourth as the Tribe leads the Chiefs 3-2 on BFA.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown, CEO of Close Point USA. Today, we're in our Marlton office meeting our staff and our team that services our clients and our referral partners throughout the state of New Jersey. Here at Close Point USA, we are the premier real estate settlement company. We service our clients throughout the state of New Jersey and the state of Pennsylvania. Close Point USA has 3 primary offices, one in Somerville, New Jersey, Marlton, New Jersey, and Washington Township. We've been in business for 23 years and have closed over 44,000 real estate transactions. We're very proud of the work that we provide, and we are extremely excited to service you and your clients' needs. Thank you.
Shane Sachs back to work as we get ready to start the fourth. Lenape comes to bat, holding a 1-run lead. And this is as advertised on BFA's Rivalry Week, kicking off the Thank You Classic. It's a beautiful day for baseball. This one originally was supposed to be played over at Rutgers Camden. That didn't happen, obviously, as you're sitting here looking at the Cherokee campus. But nonetheless, still a fantastic baseball game as we start things in the fourth with the third baseman, Xavier Aguilar. Hits the first pitch, out to right field. Going out, making the squeeze is Petrick. Pretty efficient. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. Dylan Shank, the right fielder, singled in his first at-bat back in the second. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon. That ball's fouled third base side. Here's a good look at Dylan Shank. As a new ball gets put into play. Man, you can't get those coaches out of our way, though. It's amazing how that works. Just like magnets for the camera. That ball hit over to short. Patrizzi going to get it over to first, and they are going to call him on the 6-3 putout. So nice work by Don Patrizzi as he gets it to Bluestein. Two up and two down as the Tribe gets back to the top of the order with the catcher, Zach Barbash. Barbish is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He singled in the first, scored a run, and then struck out in the second. That's a first pitch ball from the hand of Shane Sachs. Continues to deal 6 strikeouts thus far on the day. Called strike. That ball is popped high, right field side, going to go into foul territory. Petrick has the room, and he will make the play. 3 up, 3 down means no runs, no hits, nobody left on. A clean inning for Shane Sachs and the Chiefs as they come to bat, bottom of the 4th.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Bottom of the 4th as Chase Topolsky comes out for another inning of work in a good one here in the Olympic American Division. Not sure how things are going to shake out, but a good chance that one of these teams may punch their automatic bid ticket into the Diamond Classic. And even if not, both are 2 of the top-ranked teams in all of South Jersey, very high on the South Jersey coaches poll. So no surprise in that regards, but certainly makes it a little bit easier coming up with a win to send them in. Topolsky will face Bluestein, Lauteris, and Cruz. The first baseman, Leo Bluestein, struck out in his first at-bat looking, making him 0 for 1 on the afternoon. But he will look to ignite this Cherokee Chiefs offense as they find themselves down a run in the 4th. First pitch from Topolsky is in for a called strike at 89 miles an hour. And that ball hit out to the left field side, and it is going to drop in for a base knock.
Now that number 5, third baseman Christian Park.
They done made me mad, I've been keeping calm, constantly keep making cash, yo. I've been getting bag after bag after bag, yo. Presidential shot, I rap my make.
So a pinch hitter in Christian Park will enter the game. He's going to bat for Lauteris here in the 4th. There is a grounder. Goes the third. Charging the ball is going to be Friedman. He's got to play, and he makes the throw and gets it to Ackerman. A productive out nonetheless. Cherokee has Bluestein now in scoring position as Park is retired.
Now that number 3, left fielder Dylan Cruz.
The left fielder Dylan Cruz, who had a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd. He'll see if he can get a base knock to the outfield that could, in fact, score Park. Topolsky's first pitch in for a called strike. Topolsky making it look effortless as the ball just jumps out of his hand. Cherokee doing a nice job, however, working some of these pitch counts to try to push that pitch count number up in hopes to get to the bullpen. As Park fouls that one straight back. Quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 89 miles an hour of fury.
Number 2, second baseman Evan Brown.
2 outs, back to the top of the order as Evan Brown will face Topolsky. Thus far, he's walked and reached on an error. And he swings with a healthy hack at pitch number 1. Brown ready to go. Finds himself in a hole 0-2. Tough spot to be in back at the first. Little bit of debate on the count, but nonetheless, we know we had it right. Brown now playing a little bit of chess with Topolsky, trying to break up his rhythm. Crafty move by the veteran. And he lays off that breaking pitch. And Jason Brown will retreat back to the bag out at second base. Now 1-2. So it might be a Brown to Brown connection here. Should Evan square one up. He fouls that one back. 91 miles an hour. So from a radar standpoint, that's been the hardest pitch of the game thus far from Topolsky. Winds and fires again. And he's called third strike. They ring him up. And that's an 80-mile-an-hour slider, so an 11-mile-an-hour differential. Freezes Brown and freezes the Chiefs as they leave a runner stranded out at second base. So no runs on one hit. They leave one on. 3-2, Lenape.
It's a perfect day for baseball and the perfect time to call our friends at Perfect Turf to get your yard in championship season form. That's right, Josh Walters and his team, the official landscapers of BFA Sports, are waiting for your call to tell you all about their spring mulch specials. So don't run out and grab those bags. Grab the phone, call Josh and his team. They'll swing for the fences and make your yard look like the MVP.
A battle of rivals here on BFA as we head to the 5th, and this has been a great contest. So opportunities galore. We've left runners in scoring position on both sides. It's as advertised. When you saw this one on the schedule, these two get a chance to go at each other twice throughout the regular season, and for, we'll call it the bout number 1, this has been a good one. Started things off for Lenape. It'll be Friedman, D'Alessandro, and Hunter due up in the 5th. BFA Sports, Doug Stasick sitting behind home plate for this good one. Landon Freeman now. First pitch pops straight up, and it's going to get out of play behind the backstop. Into the seats, matter of fact. That breaking ball up and away. Shane Sachs continues the deal. And if you happen to be in the market trying to close that big real estate deal, be sure to reach out to Chris Brown and his team at Close Point USA. 3 locations to serve you, both in, they can settle your transaction in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Their offices are in Marlton, Washington Township, and Somerville. Reach out to Chris Brown and the team, closepointusa.com. As that ball is fouled straight back. And a quick timeout is called as Schooley makes his way to the mound. Certainly he's got to be asking Sachs if he needs an oil change, get his car service perhaps at the RK Auto Group. So RK Auto Group, Chevrolet, Kia, and Subaru, Delsey Drive down in Vineland, thanks to Jim G and his team. If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle or just looking for even some body work, be sure to hit them up at the rkautogroup.com. Shane Sachs gets him swinging, and whatever they were talking about, they are on the same page. They dial up AK to start things here in the 5th. It's the 7th strikeout on the afternoon for Shane Sachs. Stepping in will be Max D'Alessandro, the center fielder, 0 for 2 in the afternoon. He struck out looking in the first and popped up to the shortstop over there in the glove of Patrizzi back in the 3rd. That ball's fouled off. Almost clips Hunter as he's in the on-deck circle. You know, Shane Sachs had a chance to talk to him briefly before the game, and he was all jacked up on Mountain Dew from the moment he parked that car and got on out of it. And why wouldn't you? These are the games from a high school standpoint everybody looks forward to. Sachs no different. As that ball gets out of his hand just a little bit. Red button? 81 miles an hour for Sachs. He's continuing to sit. He's continuing to sit in the mid-80s. We're good. Swings through and gets him to miss that one. So Sachs doing a nice job of keeping him off balance. As trying to keep these guys tame in the red jerseys. Sachs now fires again. That is a ball. D'Alessandro makes his way over to first. And with one out, one runner aboard, it'll be Grant Hunter. 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored today. And now a conversation to be had by Coach Mark Pagliani. And the Jeopardy theme music being hummed by Lenape. Always good atmosphere for baseball. And it looks like Sachs is going to be lifted. He's pitched a good one, and he's kept the squad in the game. Jeremy Cheeseman started this one as the designated hitter. He's now going to take the mound in relief. Cherokee, quite a few arms on the staff, but they're going to turn it over to the guy who's been known to throw some cheddar, and that's Jeremy Cheeseman. So we will step away as it's time for the Premier Orthopedic pitching change.
Hi, my name is Dr. Robert Falconero from Premier Orthopedic Associates. I have been an orthopedic sports medicine specialist for the past 30 years. I am also the head basketball coach at Bishop Eustace Prep, a former player and a former patient. I have seen orthopedic sports medicine from all sides. I would like to talk to you today about a common injury known as the ankle sprain. This occurs when the foot is rolled inward and an injury occurs to the lateral or outside aspect of the ankle. During this process, the tendons are stretched, but more importantly, the ligaments are injured or torn. The two major ligaments supporting the lateral side of the ankle are the anterior talofibular ligament and the calcaneofibular ligament. Injuries vary from mild stretching of the ligament to a complete tear of both ligaments. A clinical examination and x-ray studies help determine the severity of the injury and the possible need for an MRI. Treatment usually consists of some form of bracing and rehabilitation. However, it is very important that the initial treatment to the injury is carried out appropriately. Immediate ice, elevation, and compressive dressing.
Back to live action as Jeremy Cheeseman takes the hill thanks to Dr. Dwyer, Dr. Falconero, and the team at Premier Orthopedic. This is a game where sometimes you get a lot of those sprains and strains, and if your favorite athlete is in the need for some assistance, highly recommend our friends Dr. Dwyer and Premier Orthopedics, POASNJ.com. 8 locations to serve you throughout South Jersey. They have been absolutely outstanding in helping us provide coverage of so many different sports throughout the year here in South Jersey. Tip of the cap to the Premier Orthopedic squad. And Jeremy Cheeseman coming in relief here in the 5th. That first pitch had some mustard on it, gets away from Schooley, and at 90 miles an hour. Cade Hunter now works ahead, 1-0. That's a swing and a miss, 91. So promised you there would be some flames. He fires again. That ball is down in the dirt. 2-1 from the hand of Cheeseman. That ball up and out of the zone. And Cheeseman with that big arm, a true two-way player because he's got just as big of a bat as he looks to head to Fairleigh Dickinson. That ball's grounded right at Patrizzi. He's going to go to first. Can't get the pick as it gets out of the glove of Bluestein. And that is going to allow D'Alessandro to move on over to third base. So Patrizzi just a little short on that throw. Made it a little bit difficult. And Bluestein couldn't pick it. We're going to have runners at the corners, first and third. And we'll see if Schooley takes some time to put on a play for Cherokee behind the dish. He is looking down the first base line. And there's a ground ball. It's going to be back to Patrizzi. Patrizzi not able to handle it, and that's going to score a Lenape run off that 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Cheeseman. D'Alessandro scores. Now runners are at first and second as the hot bat of Andrew Shank comes back to the plate. As he's 2 for 2 in the afternoon as Coach Waz from Lenape and the home plate umpire have some dialogue, and that's going to be a pinch runner over at first base. And that's number 3, Ricky Snyder. All right, so Coach Waz going over to the dugout and giving the troops some, we'll call it words of encouragement to try to appease the home plate umpire. But now runners at first and second for the Tribe as Andrew Shank with 2 singles and an RBI jumps into the batter's box. Cheeseman delivers. That one misses inside, 1-0. 1 out, however, so you can't think they're going to try to have Shank lay one down. He's looking through the right side, I believe. Snap throw down at first. Bluestein can't get the tag on Snyder. Good heads-up thought there by the catcher, Jason Schooley. Shank seems to be unfazed and kind of appreciative that there's a gaping hole on the right side of the infield. He fouls that one off. That one goes straight back to the screen. And with Cheeseman throwing 90 miles an hour, there's got to be a pretty good chance that the ball is going to go to the right side of the field. And they do have the corners up. So it's Bluestein at first. He's up on the ground. And Park, who came in for Lauteris, is up at third. Now 3-1. Shank's looking for one pitch. Called strike. And now 3-2. Bit of a familiar look. That one happened to Shank in one of his previous at-bats. Is he going to try to get the Tribe an insurance run here in the 5th? Runs have been far and few between, hard to come by. Lenape's had 4, but they've been able to take advantage of some of the Chiefs' miscues. Runner goes on a full pitch. That's ball 4. So that will not be a stolen base. So now the bases are loaded. For the first baseman, Quinn Accione. Accione 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts. Left-handed swinger. That ball is fouled straight back. Cheeseman ahead. One strike on the batter. Ball up and missed. So the bases loaded is Hunter and Sassman. Both reached on errors, and Shank on that last ball that drew him a walk. Now 2-2 to the Kings College commit. Jeremy Cheeseman, he just wants to go right back to work. He doesn't seem to want to wait for anything. Oh, that one is going to leave a mark as a dead ball as it hit him in the foot. So you might have been watching the Phillies game last night and saw that Bryce Harper got an RBI by hit by pitch, and Accione just did the same thing. Now 5-2 Lenape with 1 out in the 5th. Bases are still loaded. And that first pitch is a foul ball off the bat of Xavier Aguilar. Aguilar 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd, and he flew out to right back in the 4th. And he finds himself now 0-2 as Cheeseman continues to bring the cheddar. Perhaps that curveball, you have to call that some like Gouda. It's 76. And that ball hammered through the right side. It's going to score 1. Rounding the bases, and now diving in, but making the play. Called out at the plate. Is Shank. Checking out on the GameChanger replay. Good throw from the outfield. and it definitely beats the throw. Shank tried to call his own play as he threw up the hands that he was safe, but not going to be the case. Sassaman ends up scoring. Shank gets called out, and that is a RBI single for Aguilar. Runners at first and second as Dylan Shank comes to bat. Dylan 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Singled in the second, grounded out to short in the fourth. And he's ahead 1-0 here in the top of the fifth. Schooley with a good scoop, able to keep the runners at bay. The right fielder is the 8th Lenape batter in this frame. That ball misses outside the zone. So Dylan Shank trying to bring Accione home. Just a reminder, our friends at the Bunning Family Pharmacy, they bring the pharmacy home to you on the called strike. Joe Bunning and his team, he's also the president of the South Jersey South Shore Baseball League for high-end high school, current collegiate, and even former pro players. Be sure to check them out. And that ball misses, and Shank. This is the second Shank of the inning to draw a walk. Bases are loaded, and Lenape has batted around as the catcher, Zach Barbish, comes to bat. 1 for 3 on the day. Flew out to right in his last at bat. Cheeseman, first pitch strike, just what the doctor ordered. Lenape now out in front 6-2. They've tacked on 3 thus far in the fifth. Another called strike. Quickly now 0-2 is Barbish. That ball misses down. Now 1-2. Breaking pitch called, third strike. Cheeseman with the backwards K that goes in the book, but not before Lenape, that is, able to have a big inning as they put 3 on the board. 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. You're watching BFA Sports Rivalry Game of the Week, powered by GameChanger.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown, CEO of Close Point USA. Today, we're in our Marlton office meeting our staff and our team that services our clients and our referral partners throughout the state of New Jersey. Here at Close Point USA, we are the premier real estate settlement company. We service our clients throughout the state of New Jersey and the state of Pennsylvania. Close Point USA has 3 primary offices, one in Somerville, New Jersey, Marlton, New Jersey, and Washington Township. We've been in business for 23 years and have closed over 44,000 real estate transactions. We're very proud of the work that we provide, and we are extremely excited to service you and your clients' needs. Thank you.
Back here in the bottom of the fifth as Chase Topolsky takes the mound yet again, and Lenape has stretched their lead to 4 in this one after an inning where they batted around in the frame. Jeremy Cheeseman came in to relieve Shane Sachs. Tribe showing some patience and some timely hits. Were able to get themselves some insurance runs.
Number 24, catcher Jason Schooley.
For the Chiefs in the fifth, it'll be Schooley, Patrizzi, and Cheeseman due up in the frame. So Jason Schooley, the catcher, he has singled and lined into a double play 0 for 1 on the afternoon. First pitch from Topolsky misses down in the zone. That ball skied high. It's going to go over to second base. Shank's going to get underneath of it, but get called off by Friedman, who makes the squeeze.
Now by number 1, shortstop Dom Patrizzi.
The shortstop, Dom Patrizzi. 1 for 1 on the day at the plate. Scored a run and was hit by a pitch back in the first. As he swings at the first pitch, he goes out to right field. It's going back, and it's going to drop in for a base knock. So Don Patrizzi, pure hitter here in South Jersey now, 2 for 2 on the afternoon.
Number 4, pitcher Jeremy Cheeseman.
Jeremy Cheeseman has gone from the designated hitter position to the mound. Nonetheless, he's still in the lineup. Sacrifice fly in the first and a sacrifice bunt back in the third. Technically 0 for 0. Nini doesn't really have an official plate appearance just yet for you scoring gurus at home. It's a good look over at first base as Patrizzi stretches his lead. And that ball misses upstairs. Cheeseman now ahead, 2-0. Could be a big spot with a big swing and cut this lead in half. We've seen him do it before. Cheeseman takes that pitch. 2-0, probably a good one. Didn't like it in the top part of the zone, but it is in for a strike. Cheeseman and Patrizzi spent some summers together over at Scanzano Combat Baseball. The Scanzano brothers, both alums here of Cherokee, takes Topolsky's breaking pitch in. So, Cheeseman and Patrizzi trying to cash in on that combo, just like they've had time and again, both wearing the orange and white and the red, white, and blue in the summer. Cheeseman will draw a walk. First walk of the day for Cheeseman.
Now by number 9, right fielder Brandon Petrick.
First and second. And a courtesy runner for the pitcher is number 32, Jordan Henriquez. So Henriquez will take Cheeseman's spot over at first, and the right fielder, Brandon Petrick, steps in. Petrick struck out his last at bat. That was in the third. Topolsky winds. He leaves the ball up and out of the zone. Got to imagine the pitch count starting to climb a bit. For those of you watching the game on GameChanger, you're seeing live stats. So we're streaming it here on the BFA YouTube channel. BFA Live Sports. Do us a favor and click subscribe. Every time we go live with big matchups in South Jersey like the one you're watching today, you'll be notified. Again, that's BFA Live Sports, and if you're on GameChanger, be sure to click down. Highlight reel clips for your favorite player, instant box score in real time, screen recording, and more. Download the app at gc.com and become a premium member to unlock all of the features. Thank you to Alex Trezza and the GameChanger team. And thank you to the Cherokee Chiefs for scoring this game in real time. So if you're following along with GameChanger, you're seeing a BFA broadcast. I want to thank our friends GameChanger, the official scoring app of BFA Sports. Back to work goes Petrick. He's ahead now 3-1 in the count. And one of the few times today we've seen Topolsky up against the ropes a bit, albeit they still have one out. The ground ball away from potentially ending this frame if the Tribe can turn the double play. Swing and a miss. 3-2, full count for Petrick. 87 miles an hour. And that ball is hit out to right field. It's foul and out of play. Not a lot of real estate out there. Well in the foul territory. Live for another day. I want to give a shout out to Billy Gore. Bill Gore, also the president of the South Jersey Baseball Coaches Association. As Petrick fouls out one over to third base. Bill Gore put together the whole entire schedule of the Thank You Classic with over, it seems like there's 40 different games going on, I think, this weekend. So many different locations starting right here today. Got games tonight and then Saturday and Sunday. That ball is hit high but foul and out of play yet again. So Petrick continuing to do a good job battling. That ball is hit high, but it is popped up in the right field. They're calling an infield fly, foul territory. And now, since it landed foul, it's being called foul. You don't see that every day. Again, thanks to everybody out there watching on GameChanger. Quite a few of you looking at these numbers. I'm checking out the updated stream. Swing and a miss. Topolsky gets him swinging. And the strikeout. So a nice bat there by Petrick. And now Topolsky back to work. And that ball is fouled in the box off the bat of Brandon Prince. So Topolsky with 87 pitches, starting to get to the close to that maximum. That's what you want to call it. And there's a hard hit ground ball. Could be a tailor-made 6-3 putout, and it will be. So it will end the frame. Friedman to Ackerman. But no runs, one hit, two runners left on. It's still 6-2 as the Tribe leads the Chiefs here on BFA.
It's a perfect day for baseball and the perfect time to call our friends at Perfect Turf to get your yard in championship season form. That's right, Josh Walters and his team, the official landscapers of BFA Sports, are waiting for your call to tell you all about their spring mulch specials. So don't run out, grab those bags, grab the phone, call Josh and his team. They'll swing for the fences and make your yard look like the MVP.
We head to the top of the sixth. You're watching BFA Live Sports and GameChanger's live stream. An Olympic American battle, bragging rights on the line, the crosstown rivalry. You can just keep adding it on and on. But lo and behold, this was a tight one. Things finally opened up a bit in the last frame with the Tribe putting 3 runs on the board. They now lead 6-2. And they were able to bat around the lineup. So as they finish things out in the 5th, we're going to start here. It's going to be Friedman, D'Alessandro, and Hunter. Jeremy Cheeseman, first pitch from him is a called strike. And that ball is hit high, but into shallow right field. A little bit of communication, but nonetheless, and out goes in the books as it falls into the glove of Petrick. Billy Gore makes his way in here this afternoon. That ball misses in. Now 1-0 to Max D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro walked in his last at bat, popped up to short, and he struck out looking. You're watching us on the GameChanger live stream. You can see all of the live stats in the box score. Be sure to hit that highlight clip for your favorite player. It'll send it directly to your phone. So many features and more. And to get the full benefits, you want to sign up and be a premium member. It averages about $5 a month. What a deal that is. And oh my, is Jeremy Cheeseman dealing as he continues to throw cheddar 90 miles an hour with his fastball. That ball is fouled out of play. Now 3-2. And there's a called third strike. Cheeseman painting corners as if he had a job at the Home Depot. And that one was another 90-mile-an-hour variety. First pitch is a swing and miss into Grant Hunter. There's a called strike. That was a good pick behind the dish by Schooley. And now 1-2. That ball misses up and out of the zone. Now 2-2. That ball hit out into right field. Petrick going back, and he's not going to be able to get it. Hunter is on his way to second base. He'll slide in for the double. So after the nice shot by Hunter, he's now 3 for 4 on the afternoon. It's going to bring up number 40, Danny Sassaman. Called strike. in the Sassaman. That ball hit at Patrizzi. He's going to make it across first base, and Bluestein able to scoop it up and put another out in the books. That will end the 6th frame. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on. We go bottom of the 6th. You're watching the BFA Live Sports and Game Changer live stream on the BFA Game of the Week.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Back for more baseball in the 6th as we get things started this fine weekend. It is the Thank You Classic, and now joined in the booth by the director of the Thank You Classic. He may call himself the director of chaos, Mr. Bill Gore.
Hello.
So, Bill, welcome, buddy.
Thanks, man.
So did you jump into the Camaro?
Oh, yeah.
All right, jumped in the Camaro, raced on over here to make sure you see game number 1.
I did.
So it's the goal to see game number 1 and then game number what? How many games?
42.
42 games in a 2.5-day set. So Bill Gore, busy man, but this one here was certainly one we were all looking forward to kick things off. And starting this frame in the 6th is Leo Bluestein. So Bluestein had singled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. As Topolsky continues to go back to work, and as you're following along, you can see his pitch count in the GameChanger app. So if you're watching on GameChanger, you downloaded gc.com, you can click on the box score and follow along. I know that Topolsky's kind of heading into the triple digits soon, but Bill Gore, he's been a marquee pitcher for quite a few years, and no surprise that Coach Woodson and the Richmond Spiders gobbled him up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got a chance to see him early in the preseason. We scrimmaged Lenape, and you could see he's as good as advertised.
All right, so going to let GameChanger let me cheat a little bit here. So take a look at the pitch count. And he's climbing up to now 92 pitches. So he's been throwing it quite well, though. Of those 92, 56 have been for strikes, and he's faced 24 batters. As he hits that one hard, Bluestein gets it right up the middle, but lines it right out to the center fielder, Max Del Sandro.
Now batting number 5, third baseman Christian Park.
So Bill Gore, where are you headed for the nightcap?
Going to go head over to our friend over at Walt Nagorski and take in the Hermits in Rancocas Valley.
All right, so a couple of Cherokee Chief alums in John and Mike Scanzano and the Scanzano Combat baseball crew. They play their most of their games over at that complex, and they'll be holding the fort down.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So the Hermit's going to play under the lights, but certainly what a wonderful event as year number 2. You guys are able to set it up and honor first responders, teachers, and the unsung heroes that helped us kind of get through what has been the COVID pandemic, but you felt it was very important to keep this thing going, so we can honor those in a whole new way.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's having some, family relationships with some first responders and whatnot. You see how important it is.
Park gets a hold of one. He's going for 1. He's going to go for 2, and it'll be a stand-up double. So I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Bill, but we saw a power surge right there.
Absolutely.
Ball, if it wasn't such a windy day, might have found its way over the other side of that snow fence. So go right ahead on the double from Christian Park.
No, you know, between baseball and that, I mean, they're the two of the most important things in my life. So I felt like, you know, with my relationships with a lot of people and just knowing that I could, what we did last year was so awesome. Why not try and, you know, better it, and did that by a little bit.
I would say so. So 40-plus games being played out, and it looks like the weather is certainly going to cooperate, so that's great to see as Dylan Cruz comes to bat. Cruz 0 for 1 as sacrifice bunt, and he had a strikeout back in the 4th. He's going to face Topolsky. Some really good matchups, though. A lot of north versus south.
Yeah.
And that's usually something we don't see a whole lot of in regular season. So I guess, you know, when you have a Thank You Classic, that gives teams a reason to, you know, want to do something a little bit more special.
Right, right. I mean, one of the big ones is going to happen now at Joe Barth on Sunday. Somerville, who's up in the Hunterdon County, I believe, is going to take on Delran for the second time in this event. When we first started setting up this year's tournament, Coach Banos, who's the head coach at Somerville, made it known he wanted to play Delran again, and they had no issues playing each other, and we agreed on it, and you know the rest is history, and we'll see how it goes on Sunday.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I can tell you some of the fans of the Cherokee Chiefs, they don't mind Somerville either, because our buddy Chris Brown and his team at Close Point USA, they have a location in Somerville. So if you got a big real estate transaction you're looking to close and get done, and you want excellent service, hit up Chris Brown and the Close Point USA squad as Chase Topolsky hits up another strikeout in the books as he gets Cruz. 2 outs. We get back to the top of the lineup. Speaking of Brown, here's Evan Brown, the Naval Academy commit. He has been on base twice, got sent packing looking in his last at-bat, and that is a nasty, nasty breaking ball from Topolsky. Now quickly 1 strike. And originally this game, as that swings through a second pitch from Topolsky, is still throwing 87 miles an hour on that last fastball on the stalker gun that we have access to. One of our buddies, Louis Gardocki, the Philadelphia Phillies scout in the house. Thanks to Sweet Lou for the help with the stalker as Brown squares one up, and that'll be a base knock. Coming around and looking to score as the throw comes in from center, and they got him. So big time hose.
Great play.
Shank to Barbish. You see the right fielder just come up with a rocket on the Game Changer instant replay, and that is a no doubt about it. That throw is on the money, and they are going to cash him out. So hit the highlight clip. You're going to want to see that time and again if you're the Shank family with the big hose and the nice tag out at the plate by Barbish to end the 6th. So we will head to the next frame as we're here on BFA. We'll be right back with Bill Gore, director of the Thank You Classic.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown, CEO of Close Point USA. Today, we're in our Marlton office meeting our staff and our team that services our clients and our referral partners throughout the state of New Jersey. Here at Close Point USA, we are the premier real estate settlement company. We service our clients throughout the state of New Jersey and the state of Pennsylvania. Close Point USA has 3 primary offices, one in Somerville, New Jersey, Marlton, New Jersey, and Washington Township. We've been in business for 23 years and have closed over 44,000 real estate transactions. We're very proud of the work that we provide, and we are extremely excited to service you and your clients' needs. Thank you.
And we head to the top of the 7th as Lenape comes to bat. And I'm here with the director of the Thank You Classic, Mr. Bill Gore. And Bill, we're kind of talking. It's interesting in the Olympic American. So not only is it a big weekend for the Thank You Classic, but it's a big weekend to set things up for the Diamond Classic.
Yep. Yeah. This whole week is a lot unfolded with all the conference bids and who's going to be the at-larges. I believe we probably set just about everything, and this game is I don't know if this is going to definitely settle things, but it's going to make things being looked at a little bit closer because of some ties. So we'll see how that plays out.
And those will all be settled on Sunday.
Yes.
The Olympic American, the division that both these teams here belong to, they have an automatic bid with Eastern currently, as that well is hit by Shank. Shank rounds it out, goes over to Brown, and Brown gets it for the 4-3 putout.
Yeah, all the traditional South Jersey conferences, the Colonial, the Olympic, Burlington County, Tri-County, and Cape each have 2 automatic spots.
Quinn Accione steps in. He was hit by a pitch and got credit as an RBI. So we saw that in the Phillies game the other night with Bryce Harper. You don't see that often with the bases loaded, but he earned that one the hard way. And there's a called strike. Now 1-1. So the Diamond Classic thing will be settled as Cheeseman works at a feverish pace. That ball misses inside on Sunday. But if you look at the resume, that's where it gets really kind of interesting, right? So you have 10 automatic bids and then 6 at large.
Yeah.
If you're a Lenape and you win this ball game and you end up finish second to Eastern, you got to think they got a pretty strong resume and where they're at in the coaches poll.
You would think so, yeah.
Another ground ball over to Brown. Brown punches out to Bluestein. And that is back-to-back groundouts to the second baseman.
Yeah, we were supposed to settle it tomorrow night, but because there's just so many games, thanks to this, we're pushing it back to Sunday, and so we can let everything play out.
So is the games only count through Saturday, or you're just going to kind of figure everything out on Sunday, correct?
Everything counts through Saturday.
Gotcha. Cheeseman working at a quick tempo as now he faces Xavier Aguilar. Aguilar, the College of New Jersey commit. He got an RBI single in his last at-bat, and he's also flown out to right and struck out. So he's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. And I got to tell you, Billy Gore, we started to do more with GameChanger and to have real-time stats as they happen. As the guy calling the game saves me a lot of work. It'll be interesting to see what happens, though, with Chase Topolsky, because his pitch count's at 104 on the other side for Lenape. If I'm not mistaken, it's at 110?
Yes.
That's the limit?
Yes, 110 in a day.
So maybe he'll come in, face a batter or two if he can get some efficient pitching, make this a complete game. But Aguilar is going to have a 2-out walk as he heads down to first base. And the right fielder, Dylan Shank, who walked in his last at-bat, will be the next to face Jeremy Cheeseman. As the wind continues to howl. I thought maybe you were like an old school postal worker, man. You're rocking your shorts. Not too cold for you.
Nah, so I'm actually, it's funny you say that because I am my family, most of it worked through the postal service. So my father was a 40-year letter carrier. Wow. Wow.
What a play as Schooley scoops it up, barehands it off the back of the backstop. Watch this. And he absolutely throws a laser.
Holy smokes.
Down to unbelievable. And wow. Brown able to make the tag. Thanks so much to our buddy in Philly Scout, Sweet Lou, as he gave us access to his Stalker radar gun. But I would say that is one heck of a way to end the frame. But we'll kind of keep right here for half a second And let you finish your thoughts. So, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But your family was
postal workers.
Okay.
Yeah. We I actually got a little taste of it myself a couple Christmas times. So the fact that you said that was kind of funny.
All right. Well, what is well, I'll tell you what's not funny is the fact that they get to face Chase Topolsky. It looks like here in the 7th. So we'll step away quickly as he gets loose. And it's going to be the last licks for the Cherokee Chiefs. They find themselves down 4 here on BFA.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Back here in the 7th, Chase Topolsky looking to close this one out. And when you're looking to close out that real estate transaction, nobody better to dial up than Chris Brown and the team. With 3 locations to serve you in Somerville, Washington Township, and Marlton, you will be the MVP of the deal when you call in Chris Brown and his squad, closepointusa.com. As we continue to battle with Chase Topolsky, taking a look at the GameChanger pitch count. He is up to, that was pitch number 105 as I'm joined in the booth by Bill Gore of the Thank You Classic. And this is a good way to start a memorable event.
Absolutely. Great game.
That pitch misses up, and this inning, due to face Topolsky and who knows who else, is we're going to probably have a relief pitcher. It's Schooley, Patrizzi, and Cheeseman. And as he flips the bat, tries to step out and go to first base. That'll be a called strike, so now 3-1. It's always a good sales job on the 50-50 pitch. Schooley fouls that one, now a full count. And the one thing he probably has accomplished at this point is almost chasing Topolsky from the game. And that'll be ball number 4. And that was the 6th pitch.
Now batting number 1, shortstop Don Patrizzi.
Schooley gets his 2nd walk of the game. He's going to stay out there this time to run. And curiosity on.
Interesting.
That ball out of the zone. And another called strike. So Don Patrizzi, who has been hot, 2 for 2 on the day thus far, plus he was hit by a pitch. His last single was dropped into right field back in the 5th. (0-2) count, and make that a 1-2 count as Patrizzi lives for another pitch here. That ball is fouled up and out of play. And Topolsky continuing to work here in the 7th. Oh, that one's fouled, and it got a piece of the umpire. And that's another hat you're wearing these days. Is helping out over there in West Deptford?
Actually,
No?
in Deptford.
Deptford, all right.
Yeah.
Because one of is the District 15 administrator, the leader of the crew over there. I guess what better way than to do your part and get more people to umpire than to help do it yourself?
Absolutely. I actually started my volunteer time in Little League as a what they call a junior umpire, so I felt like getting back into it a little bit when I can, just because of the whole volunteer thing and really believing into it.
Well, we commend you for that.
Thank you.
And I got to say, you and I have gone around the block a few times over the years.
Once or twice.
And being out there involved in Little League, myself as a former president of East Vineland Little League, I was also able to coach a team into the Eastern Regional semifinals out there. That's a tournament we missed holding at Union Field. Any word on maybe whether or not we can get that back at some point?
We'll see. We'll see.
You politicking for it, buddy?
Well, I got to spend some quality time out in Williamsport in about a month, and I plan to have some conversations with some people, for sure. I know West Everett people really would love to have that back, as well as people in South Jersey in general. So,
yeah, it was I got to kind of go back in the time machine last weekend, as we were there for the Pop McKenna tournament. That was a great place to broadcast the game, and I kept thinking, man, it'd be great to have the Eastern region and the Senior League division back up over there. As Don Patrizzi is going through a battle in his own right. It's 2-2, as the umpire's been getting an absolute workout. He's been nicked up in the
all the respect in the world for him for that.
Yeah, he's lucky he's got a lot of gear on. We'll live with that. He's got the lower and upper half worked out on some of these foul balls coming off of Patrizzi's bat.
I think that got him too.
That one fouled straight back, and this has been an adventure.
How many pitch at bat is this? Feels like about 12.
Yeah. And Patrizzi earns himself a walk.
Now line number 4, pitcher Jeremy Cheeseman.
A 10-pitch at bat.
Okay.
As we take a look at the GameChanger app. Love the fact that I'm a premium member and everybody can follow along, but that's officially a 10-pitch at bat, and that will, I believe, send Topolsky off the mound. I guess I gotta double check. Gonna take a look at the box score here as Coach Waz goes out to have a conversation with his pitcher, unless he's very close and they're telling him that he's almost done. I'm imagining this is the last batter he's gonna face, and it's a doozy. Jeremy Cheeseman started the game as a designated hitter, turned into the relief pitcher, and with 2 Chiefs aboard and no outs, this is a interesting paradigm. Ball number 1 as the Chiefs dugout Bill Gore comes to life.
Yeah.
I think when you're down and you're facing such a dominating pitcher as Topolsky, you try to get into that bullpen.
Oh yeah. We had a similar situation this week over at Gloucester Catholic. We played Kingsway, faced a real good pitcher in Landon Edwards, and he got his pitch count up a little bit, and we got to their bullpen as well. That was a good win for us, obviously, after our not so fun loss early in the season to them.
Well, they always say revenge is a dish best served cold.
Absolutely.
3-0. Ball 4. Cheeseman loads the bases after the 3rd consecutive walk.
Right fielder Brandon Petrick.
With no outs, Coach Waz is going to go out to lift Chase Topolsky, who has been absolutely superb as advertised, the Richmond commit. And he should be getting a well-deserved round of applause as he'll leave the hill. And we'll add up his numbers when we get back as we step aside for the premier orthopedic pitching change.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
And we're back. Your new pitcher on the hill for Lenape is number 3. And that is Ricky. That is Ricky Snyder. So Ricky Snyder comes in relief. Coach Waz decides to go with the southpaw to try to close this out. And he's going to face Brandon Petrick. But got to give a tip of the cap to Chase Topolsky. Although Snyder is going to inherit a bases loaded situation. First pitch is in for a strike for Snyder. Chase Topolsky's final numbers: 6 innings pitched, he scattered 6 hits, gave up 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, with 5 strikeouts and 5 walks. And a called strike. So Snyder comes in with a little bit of ice in his veins on this chilly afternoon. Quickly now 0-2. Swing and a miss. The squeeze on the foul tip by Barbish. And that is out number 1. The center fielder, Brandon Prince, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He's got an RBI. Bases are still loaded for Snyder. And he's working ahead. He's been efficient. That's a 4th strike in a row he's thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good matchups as far as BFA sports. We will be at Walt Nagorski tomorrow as that ball is hit hard towards the first baseman, but right at Ackerman, who gets the unassisted putout. 3U, with now Cherokee down to their final out. We will be at Walt Nagorski for the 4 o'clock and the 7 o'clock game. So at 4 o'clock, it will be Eastern versus Haddon Heights. So that game's going to come into play potentially for this automatic bid for the Diamond from a win-loss record standpoint.
Yeah. It could. Yeah, because I just looked at it. I believe we're at if this stands, we will be at a 5-way tie.
Oh, wow.
With wins, because of with COVID and everything, we can't make the amount of games.
There's a hard hit ball right back at Snyder. He's going to knock it down, and he's going to record the last out. So before we finish that thought, Bill Gore, Game 1 of the Thank You Classic is in the books.
Yep.
And this rivalry day goes to the Tribe of Lenape. They win this one 6-3 over the home Cherokee Chiefs. But talk a little bit about the seedings.
Yeah, so we're going to have to go into a tiebreaker because of the first criteria is wins in the division. And then we're going to have to go into win percentage, which I believe we're actually going to have another tie. record versus each other between Eastern and Lenape. They haven't played each other yet, so.
Oh, jeez.
That's a problem.
Yeah, a lot of going on to figure out. As you said,
All right, man.
we're gonna take it all the way into Sunday to figure this one out.
Yeah. So we actually the Coaches Association, just because of that reason, has about 7 different tiebreaker scenarios. So let's hope we don't go to the final one, which is a coin flip.
Oh. Well, it's always an always interesting
Absolutely
dynamic when you're trying to split
a good
hairs,
thing.
and it is a good thing. That means we got some real quality baseball teams, especially here in the Olympic American Division. But the Tribe of Lenape will take game number 1 in the Thank You Classic, and they will take the first of a 2-game series, which will be played later on this season versus Cherokee. We'll run it back at Lenape. But nonetheless, a 6-3 victory for Coach Waz and the crew. And Billy Gore, we're going to see a lot more of you this weekend.
Yep. I appreciate you guys doing the coverage you do, not just for South Jersey baseball, but for this event. Always like working with you. And
there is Bill Gore. You can stand up. We got you framed in. You're good to go. But yeah, it's going to be a marquee, great event. So many different fields that we're going to be playing these games at. We're going to be at Walt Nagorski. I mentioned the 4 o'clock game, Eastern versus Haddon Heights, and then the nightcap. A couple of guys that know each other quite well.
Oh, they asked for it. It was funny when Coach Oriente got the job at Holy Cross. As soon as the Thank You Classic was announced, he was one of the first guys. He said, "I want in. I want to play John." And I was like, I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Well, Coach Scanzano always looking to make it an experience for his players and his coaching staff alike, and so nothing different there. Well, that being said, it's time for us to pack up the BFA equipment trailer and get ready for Saturday, and you're going to jump in to a Camaro that I'm going to hope next time you buy from our friends at RK Chevrolet. Thanks to Jim G and the team. And thanks to you, Bill Gore, for all that you do for the Thank You Classic. So many kids are getting a chance to benefit from that.
Appreciate
and
it.
So many first responders, teachers, and frontline workers are going to be have an opportunity to be given some well-deserved accolades throughout this weekend. So
absolutely.
we
Thanks
will
a lot.
see you tomorrow at Walt Nagorski Field. First pitch will be 4 o'clock for Eastern versus Haddon Heights, and then the nightcap, it is Holy Cross versus Kings Christian. So our executive producer today is Mr. Ryan Schumacher, our director of videography, as always, Mr. Charles Hope, Nick Penza down low on the field cam, and for Mr. Bill Gore and our entire BFA team, I'm Doug Stasic, and we can't wait till next time to see you play ball.